Anita, your favorite diva, and I'm back. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let the diva know you stopped by. Make sure you subscribe if you like the vibe. If this is your first time here, welcome and welcome back, Diva Squad. So I give it 3 out of 5 stars. It knew what it was, and it delivered just that. I'm doing a trailer reaction. Video on Anita the Diva's channel.
What is up, you guys? Hey. We are back.
Hey.
We are back. Hold on. I feel like...
Right?
Are we good? Are we good? You look just a tad bit blurry. Sorry, y'all. This is live TV.
Right.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing if you like the vibe. If you are a Shogun fan, make sure you are coming back next week for Crimson Sky. But this week, we're going to be talking about the abyss of life. This is episode 8 of Shogun. And so, yes, I got my girl Monique Johnson with me. Hey, girl.
Hey. I don't know why I'm looking blurry.
No, you look better now.
Oh, okay.
Now it looks like it's the background is blurred and not you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Hi, y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in. This is a doozy.
Yes,
My man. Was they trying to give me a foreshadow in episode 6 when he fell off that horse and I thought he was done so?
I was hoping he would have made it to the end, but here we are.
Y'all just make sure to know that we are going to be discussing this episode in full spoiler territory. So this is your spoiler warning.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, spoiler alert. So yes. So we have a very good show for you today. We are going to be breaking down all of the details. Let me get my notes up here. First of all, I just want to ask you, Monique, how did you feel overall? Even though there wasn't much action, how did you feel about the episode? Was it a strong episode? Did it take a step down? How do you feel?
It was like a mid episode. It was so and so because it's after an untimely death, and
yeah, we getting down to go time, so I think we're going to see a couple more too.
Yeah, and then what's the name? His demise, that really put a downer on everything else.
Yeah, that was sad.
It's like a downer episode.
Yes.
It's not.
I feel like it's a mid, like you said, but at the same time, I still give it kudos because it is finally trying to give us something, because I was grasping for straws, as far as Toranaga, because he started out so strong, and as he started to go through this thing, he started not getting weaker, but essentially he was actually just it was just looking kind of like yikes. But we do know that Toranaga is executing every power. What is it called? The laws of power, the 48 laws of power. He is executing them. The surrender, don't outshine the master. All these things, he's doing so many of the laws of power. I'm gonna bring it up once I get it, but we'll get there once we get into the discussion. But I thought it was still a very strong episode, and it had a couple of gut punches and some surprises. So I definitely still will rate it high. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at with it. All right, where's everybody? Daria. Hey, Miss Daria. I see you here. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I don't have who said that this week because I thought this was a very deep episode.
Yeah.
I probably want to just jump into the minutia and get some predictions off and stuff like that. So
right.
All right. So we start off with going back to Edo. He's going back to Edo because, of course, his son passed away. They let him leave that particular area that he was in, I think Ajiro, and he's gone back to his
Yeah, Edo.
He's gone back. Hey, Kendall. He's gone back to his fief, which is Edo. And so they're going, and they just cannot believe what actually happened. Yabashige is like cracking his head open on a stone. Everybody's just like in disbelief, can't believe it.
Right.
Now, Tornaga seems to be falling ill. He's coughing. He's, slumped over, like he's weak and stuff like that. So, okay, so we see him in a more weakened state. So then we get the scene with Mariko and John, and he's talking, asking her, what's the protocol? What are we going to do now as far as with his son's passing? How long do they give you to grieve? She was like the customary 49 days. I was like, 49 days? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, that is quite a bit, honey. Child.
Yeah, it is. It is. Do you have anything else that you want to say about this episode? I mean, this particular scene. I remember John going up to Tornaga, telling him he's sorry for his
Sorry
loss.
for his loss.
And he
just basically gave him a look and just rolled off, baby.
I was like, oh,
I was like, oh,
okay.
okay. I went, well, he's in mourning.
Yes, yes.
So,
hey, Baltics Wolf. All right. Yeah.
hello.
So I was like, okay. So, and then also too, I believe I think she gave him.
Oh, I think I got
books.
that. Let me see.
Yeah, she gave him his books and said, "Thank you for the completion of your service." I was like, "Oh,
mm-hmm. You so sick. I can't deal with shit." She said, "Oh,"
and John was like, he said, "At least Nakakato died fighting." She said, "Well, she said your men and your ship are here, so you should be happy to be reunited."
Yeah.
So yeah, and then she also said something about her allegiance. He wants her to, don't go to Osaka and stuff like that. Okay, I see you. Hey, Derry B.
I was gonna say, I don't know if that's it.
Okay, that's
we gonna hope. Girl. Is it? Nope, that ain't it. Sorry. That ain't it. I got something recording.
Okay. So hey, Derry B. So let's see. That's cool. So yeah, so she gave him the books, did all of the things. He pretty much brushed him off, and then we get the intro, and it is chapter 8, The Abyss of Life. Now let's see. Let's see what you got. Wait, hold on. Black screen. Well, I know sometimes you can't record on. Yeah, you can't record on.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
On these devices like that. They be killing me.
Yeah, what the?
Got the black screen.
It showed up. I don't know. I don't think StreamYard ain't gonna let me do it because it showed up on my end.
It's showing up, really? I don't understand that. Cause it's oh yeah, it's getting dark in here. All right. Well, that's cool. We can just once we got to the intro, we get to this scene where Ashido and Otuba has actually gotten word that he has surrendered. She's like, we're not free of his threat. She said he needs to be all the way down before we free of his threat. And he says, I suppose we strengthen our bond through marriage. She said, our pact is not in doubt. So why would I do that? Like, so she's like wondering, why would I do that?
Right, basically.
Yeah, so he gave her some time to think about it. He gave her all this little stuff talking about,
Well, her face don't
everything
told it all that she is not with that. So
right, right. Why would she do that? Like it doesn't make any sense for her. Now I understand him, but for her it just doesn't make sense.
yeah, for her plans, it doesn't make sense. So
Right.
I would
Aw.
say I would share my screen, but
Oh, try that. You
okay.
try that. So
Poor
I guess this
thing.
is kind of like the wake. This is kind of like the wake. I'll wait till you get it up
Is
there.
it awake?
Kind of, because this wasn't the funeral, but this, you know how to,
They just preparing the body.
yeah, preparing the body, but they're all sitting around talking and kind of, giving their, their thoughts and all that stuff.
I would say he
So
wasn't. I don't remember him being in the room, just laying there.
no, I don't think he was
Okay,
there.
I was
Yeah,
just
I don't
saying,
think
like
he was.
I ain't see.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was there. But that's when they was preparing his body for sure.
Okay, okay.
And everybody was just sitting around talking, and they were talking, because he's a kid. He was a kid. He was 20 years old. They talked about him being reckless, but y'all know Umi was his friend, and he kind of took offense to something that Hiramatsu said, talking about, he did this, he did this, and he was just, naive. And girl, yes, Oshido is under Ochiba's spell for sure, girl. For
Mm-hmm.
sure. For
And
sure.
he ain't even hit it yet. He young husband.
That's why he trying to get the marriage.
I'm like, girl.
Then I think Hiramatsu was talking about him being reckless and naive, and
Can you see that?
Omi gets offended. He couldn't really take it. He was like, he might have been reckless, but he was loyal to a fault. And you need to put some respect on his name. And
Right.
two times, the two things that he did, and y'all might still call him reckless, it still helped his father out. Both of the things, the canon with uh Jojen, and then with this whole passing away, this incident
Yeah,
giving.
but he didn't know he was gonna pass away. Neither.
Huh?
He didn't know he was gonna pass
No,
away.
he didn't. But I'm saying
In
inadvertently,
hindsight, yeah, it did help his
right? Yeah,
him
because I
for
mean,
time.
even Tornaga at the end, he said, "Thank you, son, for giving me more time." So, like I said, like
Yeah, he
his
like realized
right,
he get out his little funk, you
hmm
know. So yeah,
right. Let
I
me
was
see.
like, I don't think he count on the life.
No, absolutely not. I ain't say that, but I'm just saying
I know you ain't saying it's
it just
like
worked out that way.
it just worked out that way.
All right, let's see.
All right,
I see something.
child.
Yes. So that was, like I said, he got offended, and I love that he was able to stand up to, everybody, and like just kind of get them back into, giving him his respect. He did lose his life.
I ain't never thought I would see Omi get shook by his death because Omi and him, he was playing with Toranaga's son, like
Right.
playing with his ego and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I think this really, I didn't expect this to his death would shook him up this way.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Had him change because you see him talking, you can see the change in his character even
Yeah.
later in this episode. Like, huh? Then
Yeah.
it's that from you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
That's a
he
good point.
shocked me. So
That is a good point. So then we move on to the funeral procession. Hermatsu and Yabushige are walking. The people are doing the things, all the ceremony.
ceremony
He's in the
stuff.
box, all that stuff. They're getting ready to burn him because cremation is their ritual for the afterlife or whatever. Um, Okay. So then I think Hiramatsu told him at this time that he was going to Osaka alone first. to take the cannons and the guns to them because that was a part of the conditions of the surrender. So,
Mhm.
and y'all, this is when it came over me that y'all remember that movie Brad Pitt played in it, and it's called The Trojan Horse. Um, the Vikings did it one time where
Mhm.
they were inside and they attacked from the inside.
Yep.
So I think they're gonna do the Trojan Horse. So that's the reason
Ooh,
why I think
that's a good.
he wants Yabashige and John to link up because they know that they are fighters. And if they have they have the training with the cannons and the guns. They link up, they go inside, they're holding them prisoner. We're gonna have to get them out, but we're gonna the the plan of attack is gonna come together. And they're
Mhm.
gonna because they want the cannons and the guns, they are gonna be able to get to them and use them because they have the expertise. So I think that is going to be kind of what that is
Yes.
about. So yeah, so I think we're gonna do the Trojan horse thing. Um the
And
ceremony
then Masu had to let him know that we got to get those up. That was part of the surrender. I was like, "Ooh, bust your bubble."
right. And then he was mad because he had to go by himself. He was like, "What?"
I mean,
Because
that
for real, Ishido, for him, you remember he took out his general. Like
yeah,
he could be next. So he was like, he
you
ain't like that.
already
He had
know
to
that's
go
like a
alone.
trap, like that's not death right there. So
Right, right. So I was just like, he was like, oh, him and his faces and the way he be grunting and stuff. It'd
yeah,
be so funny.
you having a dumb face. I'm sorry, you do.
Thank you, Kendra. Thank you, Kendra. Now Tornaga was not present because he still has to be under the disguise that he is sick. He's ailing. It looks like
He's seeing it
he's sick.
from afar, right?
Yeah,
When he
yeah,
was
he can see it
on
from
that,
afar. He's sitting over there looking and stuff like that. But to pull off this whole thing of him being weak, him being sick and stuff like that, he's been kind of concealing himself and being in the background
I
and
mean,
stuff.
he looks sick. I don't know.
Yeah,
He,
that's what I
he
said.
really
It does
faking it
seem
if
like
he
he is
ain't.
sick, but he's taking it to the next level of sick.
And was somebody else coughing over there in Osaka with Ishido them, one of the council person where they was
Oh
coughing
yeah,
too?
yeah.
Oh,
Wasn't it the one that died?
yeah, I think it was the one that died. I'm like, he catching something.
Got the whooping call.
Right. Jeez.
So, all right. So we see Mariko, and look at this big smile on her face. You never see her with a huge smile on her face, and that baby has done it.
Yeah.
She's sitting there holding the baby. The granddaughter, Tornaga's granddaughter, had her baby. So yeah. So she was like her. Oh no,
That's his
that's
daughter.
Tornaga's wife.
No, that's his daughter-in-law
Okay, that's his daughter-in-law.
who had the
Her
baby.
grandfather must be very proud. Hmm. Okay. So
Yeah,
okay,
the grandfather
it's
is
still the grandfather.
so yeah. I know it's kind of like who link up to who.
Right, right, right. So I'm like, hold up, did I get it right?
Yeah, right.
So oh, I mean, Mariko ends up asking her about Ochiba. Ochiba is her sister.
Hmm.
She said she only got one letter from her saying that, if she returns to Osaka, her family will be spared. So she was like, that's all she got. That's all she gave me. And Mariko was like, everybody endures things differently. Silence may be the way she endures. Then Buntaro walks in, greets her pretty warmly, you know what I'm saying? Because, he used to be a stick in the mud. Now he's kind of like trying to warm up and stuff like that. Um, Ren looks like she's uncomfortable because he's just standing there and she was like, well, should I leave? Like, okay, I'm gonna leave. He was like, no, don't leave, stay. He was like, I just wanted to ask my wife for tea.
That
And
wasn't an ask.
I like to prepare tea for my wife. What do you think? That was a question. There
I guess that's a question. I
it
guess.
is. for them in their culture.
Right, that's what I guess for them. That's what I said. What?
But she accepted. So
Well, she said, "No, hell no," and then
right,
what?
like she could say that, right?
Right. What are we gonna do? Take her head off? I'm just
Yes,
saying.
the cinematography is always on point. So
Yes,
good.
yes,
Love it.
beautiful.
Love it. It lingers.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, this episode was actually directed by a black guy. Well, he's not. He's black, but I believe he's like of African descent. So he's from what I
I thought you was gonna say black and Asian. I'm gonna say Blasian. Oh snap, that's what's up. But
yes.
all in all, still cool.
So then Father Al, I call him Father Al, it's Father Martin, whatever you want to do, Father Al, and John. He comes and he's talking to the lady trying to get something. And he feels like he needs to interpret for her because he don't know what he's talking about. But then he shows that he do know Japanese, and he actually says it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm impressed."
And his face, baby.
You're right, right.
It's his face for me. It showed it all. He was in
Yes,
shock. He didn't know what to do.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
why
I
I
can
call him
cue it
Father
up for you.
He was like, "Oh shoot." He said, he notices that he is out here now. He said the Hatamoto is supposed to be in the Lord's quarters. It seems like you've been demoted or, cut off from Toranaga. He said, so what are your plans? He says, so I'm going to get my men, I'm going to get my ship, and I'm going to pay a visit to the black ship that he heard so much about. Father Al asks, will you wear those clothes back to when you see your men? Because, of course, they're barbarians. Like, they don't respect this, what he is.
Right.
And he said, yes, I am. So, and that was his little, thing or whatever. And you ready for me to play this?
Yep.
All right. The first thing that they said when he saw him, he was like, take that damn skirt off.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So then we get to Father Alan Mariko. She said that she hasn't seen Tornaga since they've been back to the city. And he's like, oh shoot, what's going on? So then eventually Tornaga comes out. He seems like he's all sickly. He got his man holding him up, helping him walk and stuff like that. I was like, okay, Tornaga, I see what you're doing.
He putting it on, child.
Right. He putting it on real thick. Father Al pretty much tells him that the church was unable to sway the Catholic regents to his side. So essentially not being useful, right?
Yeah, everything Toranaga already know.
Right. He said, my spies already told me as much. Yeah. What else is going on? Okay. He tells him that the church, because I think that Father Al is the better of the two men.
Yeah. He trying to branch off from the other guy.
Yes, that other guy seems like he's real kind of slippery, a little slippery. You got to watch him. You got to keep your good eye on him. Good eye. So, he was like, he came to him on his own.
All right.
He telling him that Lady Ochiba has manipulated Ishido with this hatred of you. But he said for the life of him, he can't understand why the hell she mad. Like, where's this hate coming from?
Right.
So he suggests that Tornaga align with Ochiba against Ashido. So Tornaga asks Hiramatsu his opinion. Hiramatsu says he thinks it's a good idea. He said Osaka doesn't hate you, just Ashido does. So if you can get that ally, then I think he asked Mariko, do you think that she will forge an allyship with us? And she was just like, I can't really call it. She was like, I think she's operating in fear. Like she's not really, she's just kind of doing things out of fear. And
I guess fear is her enemy, not you, basically.
right. And so yes, they go back and forth about some things or whatever. Hermasu gives
And
his
then he asked for Masu opinion. He like, "Oh, you want my opinion? I can talk." He
right.
was shocked.
Right. So then he told him, since you've kept your promise, he'll keep his. He'll give him a space to build his church. But it's a gimme gotcha to that. We'll get there.
Right.
You'll go back to Osaka and tell them what you've seen here. So they're going to have so many different accounts of, he lost his son, he's weak, he's surrendering, his generals are behind him, everything is, all of these things happened. He challenged him, his old time friend did, we'll get there. So he wants him to paint the picture so everybody can be in full belief of what is going on here.
Like things is all broken up and everything.
We're doing this peacefully. We're not fighting. It is what it is. So Hermasu comes out and tells the generals that he is going to fight. Yabashige is not certain. He was like, "How do you know?" And he was like, "Well, he wouldn't have sent the father back to Osaka with a message for them." So he's thinking that is what the plan is. But I think that's what he's supposed to be doing. Like, I think him and Toranaga have war and they've been with each other. They're ace boon coons for 46
a long time.
years. Yeah, how this man is thinking. He knows the place that he needs to be playing and all of that stuff. So I think he's just trying to lay the breadcrumbs, and the final act of loyalty of what he did, he sealed the deal. So now, honey, we get to this tea. Why she had to crack this man face? Why she had to do him like that?
Oh wait, let me get it ready.
Let's do it up.
Right, wait a minute.
We gotta go on Twitter and look at the hashtag, and they was tearing. I
gotta go now. I ain't been on Twitter yet. I gotta go.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So we'll go down because that's mostly what a lot of the talk was. Hermatsu and
it was a long time for him. They did like a little montage of him preparing that tea or whatever. I'm like, come on now.
Right. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I know it's a big deal.
That was a big part of his identity in the book. So that's what I heard. So.
Oh, really? That was it? No, I ain't trying to be funny.
Exactly, I mean, Kendall. Exactly. Toranaga grants him Father Al. The church in Edo is in the same area where Jen's brothel will be. Classic. I was just like, that's the gimme gotcha. Like, yeah, I'm gonna keep my promise, but guess what? Yeah, you're gonna be right next to the whorehouse. I was cracking up. It was hilarious. You did? You thought the tea might have been poisonous?
I thought so too. I'm not even gonna hold you.
And then, of course, he started talking about death afterwards. I'm like, what? So, I mean,
yeah,
hey.
I would say, look, I'm up there.
But girl, I'm glad she got that tea first before she cracked his face all over the floor. All over the floor. Child.
Let's see if this is it.
She was like, your performance was wonderful. She drank that tea and she was good. Honey.
And hit it with the 1-2.
Right. He said, I think we're gonna die in Osaka. So we got the clip. So let's play the clip because I cannot do it no justice of what she's about to tear his girl. And just look at that's the new Michael Jordan face, the cry face.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know if this can top Michael, but okay.
Mm, 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 mm.
Child.
Poor baby.
Sorry to that man.
Baby, I said, oh
Me
no.
too, Candle. I
Not
said, "Ooh."
with the gut punch. I
And
said,
she
"Let's
did it
go
so
beat that
nicely.
nigga." She was
She had like a nice tone, no aggression. You know what I'm saying?
like,
She was saying it
bam.
like it was poetry.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm-mm.
I did feel a little bit bad, but I'm like, you did whoop her ass a couple of episodes ago.
No. I didn't feel sorry for him.
Right. So John reunites with his crew member, not the members. He said there's 6 of them left. Salomon. And Salomon, they said it's pungent over there. It smells. All they do is they don't
Drink,
bathe.
drink
They
sake.
drink sake and they effing on those prostitutes. Girl, you can imagine what that smell
Disease on
like.
disease on
Girl,
bacteria.
honey, death. And that's probably what it smelled
Mm,
like, death warmed over.
like a slow death, like eating a lot.
Right, because he said they're barely holding on.
Yeah, whoever the guy who took him there. So
Yeah, yeah. So he basically was looking at him. He's throwing out all these insults. He was like, "We could have went home." He said, "It feels like you had your own
agenda.
ambition to
Hmm.
come here to, to find other land." He was like, "The fight was over when our captain, doo doo,
Bye bye.
did
Hmm.
that." And so, child, they end up in a little tussle. John beat the brakes off of him because I mean, he's probably weak. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah,
probably weak and drunk and all that stuff or whatever. And
you
so
can tell.
it didn't take much, but he beat the brakes off of him and he wasn't moving. So I don't know if he beat him
I
or
just think he knocked him out cold.
knocked him
That's
out.
it.
Okay, that's
I
what I
think he
thought.
just knocked him out cold. I mean, John, he paused and then proceed to keep hitting him. I'm
Right,
like, you taking your anger out on your
right.
anger, basically, and frustration out on this man's face right now.
You can hear the flies buzzing when John was
Yes, I
talking.
was like, oh my god.
You said I immediately thought of that bird a couple episodes back. Yes, kids.
He was about to walk away. Actually, he's trying to like zip,
Right.
trying to
Yep, he
leave.
was trying to dip out. He was just like, I don't like what I see because he all running after a prostitute.
What did he expect? Let's be real. What did he expect? They've been gone for months.
Exactly.
Like, come
Exactly.
on.
So we get to Yabashige, John, Omi, and Mariko. He comes to you out of desperation. So he wants to sell with Yabushige because he knows that he wants to take his own fate. He doesn't want to no longer, this whatever this surrendering that Toranaga talking about. He like this later for that. He was like, he done released me of my duties. He was like, let me get with a man of my own, you know,
Yeah.
and let's kind of like, link up. Omi says it's disgraceful. You cannot, go against your Lord like that. So Yabashige, he was just like, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. No, we can't do it. But it wasn't like a full hearted no. It was just like, no, we can't do
Because nephew, look,
it.
all right, all right,
Like I ain't
basically.
pointing no elbows, but we can't do it because
It's like the angel and the devil on the shoulder, like,
right, right. But the fact that he knows that he wants to link up,
yeah,
we'll
that he's open
we'll
to
get
it.
into it with the rest of that.
Come back later.
Yep, we'll come back and hit that later. So then we see Jen. She get her look, she like the main gates go here. Look, she planning
She
it
already
all out. She got
envisioned her head baby
vision.
was gonna look.
That's what it looked like. Okay. Then she said Kiku gonna have her separate house because she just that bad. Okay.
She's that girl.
Yes, yes. And then as Kiku and Omi, they're looking on, and she's proud of her her lady, her madam, or whatever. And Omi can't understand. He was like, he's in his head because he's like, I don't know what I'm fighting for. This loyalty, what does it is a disservice, so he's questioning all the different things in his mind.
Which is interesting from when we first met him. That's why I was like, ooh,
right,
that was a turn.
Right. But I think, like you said, that Nagakato, that whole thing kind of like this, the abyss of life, you start thinking about things a little clearer, a little deeper and stuff like that. And he was like, I don't see nothing. And she was like this, if you don't see nothing, you need to look harder. And I said, women always got a word for you. Like,
I mean, Kiku can't be her only girl. I'm like, what the rest of the girls? Like, come on. Like, people ain't gonna be...
that's her bottom.
I know. Like Mercedes to Uncle Cliff.
Right, exactly. So Father Al learns that those people, he was like, who are those people over there? He said, oh, those are your neighbors. They're courtesans. He was like, ain't that a...
That was funny because I'm like, ooh, not a whorehouse next to the church house.
Gotcha.
Hilarious.
Gotcha.
Well, I guess you could repent later afterwards, and then you can ask your father for forgiveness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh yeah. So Danyo, the other wife to the Taiko, the one that couldn't give him
the old wife.
She ends up having a stroke in the middle of the morning. The lady catches her. They get a doctor. They have Ochiba come right away, and they was like, it's nothing we could do. We just need to keep her comfortable and stuff like that. She could still, thank God she could still talk. The stuff that she talked about, what did you think about what she said? She was saying, stop playing these games. She said, Ashido comes from nothing and he is nothing.
Nothing.
She said, release the hostages.
Hostages, yep. Said, let this go.
Right. And then she said, tell our son to look for me in the Pure Land. And she
I thought that was
better and say, look at what I've made. So she was able to give the man a son and all this stuff. And
by way of her.
Yeah, by way.
I like how she said our son.
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet.
Absolutely. Anything else about that? It was sad.
It was just sad. I was like, ooh, girl.
Yeah, she ends up passing away. But I love that whole line, Ashido comes from nothing and he is nothing. Because as you can see, I feel like his ego in his head, hey Moochie, his ego in his head is too big. And he thinks he has the upper hand. And I think he's not thinking this thing all the way out.
No, he's not thinking all the way out. And she got him all in his feelings. He proposing while they about to try to go to war or, take Toranaga out. So his mind is on other stuff.
Exactly.
So
Kendall says that foreshadowing of what she told Ochiba. Right. That's what I was saying. I was like, that whole Ashido, it comes from nothing and he is nothing, baby. You better listen. You better listen to the old lady sitting under the tree.
Okay.
Now this part gets really, 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 really. I have so many notes and there was so much going on, y'all. Monique, you got the clip?
Let me cue it up.
Okay. So I'll give like a little. He's meeting with the council. He's asking the council, okay, y'all got the plan. We surrendering. I need you to write your names, your John Hancocks on this, on this paper, and we're gonna send it over to Ishido. He's gonna know all the people that's gonna be surrendering with me. Child, he gets some pushback from some of the council members, namely the two over there in the bottom, the two gray-haired ones. He was like, you refuse my duty. he's trying to say that Ashido is going to come and destroy this city. So he's saying, like, are you just worrying about your clan, or are you worrying about the Japan? Like, are you worrying about the bigger picture? And Hiramatsu challenges Toranaga, and he told him he is his only friend. Um, and if you do insist on surrendering, he's gonna have to commit seppuku. And Omi, everybody just is like craziness. Omi is saying, no, 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 wait, wait, wait. Everybody's just going crazy. The next thing you know, Hermasu say, quiet. It's between me and Lord Toranaga. Let's get this clip up here because the clip can do it better than I can.
I know.
Right before we do. All right, we got a couple more. The actual thing is about to go down, but we're going to talk about what he said to him. What he said to him is basically the same way that he's been denying Mariko her, her wanting to be
The wishes. Yeah.
Right. So he said he was going to do the same thing to him to teach you that lesson. So that's one. Two, he was like, do not give up on our Lord. And even when it appears that he's given up on himself.
Yes.
So I thought all of that stuff was very, very, very like important. And I hope Buntaro just holds on to those words and everything. The meaning will come back later for you. Like, just hold on to it.
All right.
So I don't know if we're going to actually show the seppuku because it is pretty violent. So
it's very messy. If you watch the episode, you get the gist. So you already know. Right.
And I do have the stills, and so we'll get the point of it. So they have this stare down. He actually goes through with it, and Omi is in tears, crying. And Hiramatsu's head is
because it's another death within a time period.
Lord, y'all. Honey, I don't know what this relationship to DEATH is, but it is something crazy, something serious.
They quick to accept it. That's all I know.
Right.
Absolutely. But Masu was older.
Mariko said earlier in the episode, she was just like, you live and you die, and that's just what it is. So
basically, he's like, I'm too old for this ish, and I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go out on my own terms. Let's roll.
Right.
It is what it is.
Kendall said that katana sliced through like nothing. Sheesh. Now I just think he's very powerful and a skilled warrior. Like,
I mean,
strong, you know what I'm saying?
He supposedly got jumped and escaped Osaka when we thought he was gone. So he had to have some skills.
Right. So Buntaro, she said Buntaro is gonna be traumatized now. Girl, yes, I'm telling you, this was the worst episode of Buntaro's life. Boy,
and Omi looked like, because he looked like, oof.
Exactly.
He rethinking his whole life. For real.
So then we get to the reveal. So we have a little bit of the reveal. Mm-hmm. Mariko goes to talk to him. Let me get my notes. And she's basically, he asked her, do you disagree with what happened today? She was like, we all suffered a great loss today. It's nothing to disagree or agree with. It is what it is. They have like this little exchange of poetry. Of course, she's more superior. Like, he's saying things, she says it a little bit better. He says something, he was like, I concede. The victory is yours. You've always been better at it.
Right.
Then he asked, did Yabashige visit John yet? She was just like, no, but John went to him. Mm-hmm. He was like, well, don't worry, because he'll do it tomorrow. Hiramatsu made sure that. So he was sealing the deal for them to team up. and that was his plan all along.
After what happened tonight, it definitely
right
made his answer, easier.
Exactly. He said, they're like ghost shocks, and they're short wing and predictable. And that's what I'm saying. Like he understands the psyche. He understands your wants, your needs, your motivations, and all that stuff, and he uses those things to get what he wants. So things play out a certain way. He's steering it in a way, but they play out in a way where he can predict what you're gonna do.
Who's gonna be?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm like. It's just the laws of power, baby. I just love it. I love it. I love it so much. He said, Hiramasu, my old friend, he knew his duty well. Osaka had to believe my defeat is real. And so that's how we know that there's something there. And so he asked her,
well,
so
he played
now
it up
are
well.
you ready to do your part? And she said, I am ready.
Look, her face changed. Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay.
I said, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Ready too, girl.
Yes. It'd be so funny how it just be like two little short words in English. It'd be like a whole long run-on sentence
in their language.
Yeah,
I noticed that too. I'm like, huh. Interesting. So
yeah, he was in on it. I mean, like I said, I don't think, a lot of times you can't tell people your plans because sometimes people will sabotage them.
That's so true.
So you have to kind of keep it close to the vest, and I think Toranaga and Hiramasu knew each other so well, and they've been in battle for many years, and he knew the play, and so he did what he had to do. So I don't know if I would have been that type of friend. Yes, we do know that Toranaga is up to something, and like I said, I think it's going to be the Trojan horse. And we get to the Danyo's funeral. Wasn't much to see here. Then we see Lady Ochiba go to Ishido, and he was reading something. I don't know if he was reading something from her or he was reading something from Toranaga's camp or whatever, but he was reading something. And I thought it was weird that they didn't really, well, I mean, I know they get their little stuff from their spies and stuff, so maybe that's what that was. She comes and she bows. She doesn't say yay or nay, but it's like, okay, I done had time to think, and the next thing you know, she bows. So it's kind of like a cliffhanger there.
Mm-hmm.
And what you think she said? Yeah, yay, nay on the proposal.
I don't know. She could say yay and then do a switcheroo later. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be the play. I actually think that's going to be the play. I think she's going to be faking it because I still feel like she should be on the right side because I don't know. I just feel like because of the air. Like
I just want her and Medical to go face to face since they know each other. I need to see how that interaction is gonna be.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I think that's coming probably next episode, if I'm not mistaken.
We never saw her fight. We always saw her looking at the fight.
That's true.
She was looking at so I don't know if she actually has hands like that. So
well, I don't know. They don't have to fight, but I would like to see the exchange of words.
Right, absolutely.
Because since they have a past, so I like to see how the conversation would be like.
Yeah. So Ochiba, I think she had. I'm telling you, it's still nagging me. That look between her and Toranaga, and the fact that man couldn't get nobody pregnant. I think she went on and got pregnant by her. I still think that.
Hilarious. I said I'm gonna still stick to my theory.
It's still in my head because I feel like there are some things that has not been revealed, and
like her hatred for Toranaga, but
right,
it could be all the play.
Right, and people had already said it doesn't feel warranted, and we don't understand what the hell is going on.
Right.
And that time that he left after he did that little fan wave, and he left, and we didn't know where the hell he was at. What you was doing? Who you was talking to? I need to know.
And they said she was already in his place in Edo, so he was
Yeah,
already housing her. So
right. That's what I'm
that's what I'm
saying.
saying. It got to be a play.
It has to be a play. Ochiba is right. She's gonna end up. That's gonna be the play. You get close to him, and do what you gotta do. Because
Girl,
it's
ride him,
war, it's war.
look, ride him and slit his throat when you get to the.
At least let him get it off.
We're now satisfied. All right.
Right. So then we see them doing this pact, just like Toranaga said. He said that he was gonna do it. That's what I'm saying. He already predicted it. He said he gonna do it. So he went there, and Omi was still trying to. He was still trying to talk him out of it, but then he pulled rank. He was like, "Who you think you talking to? I'm your uncle." You know what I'm saying? So he's aligning with the engine. Lord Toranaga sends Mariko there with a letter from
Nope.
him to give to Yabashige, like, nigga, don't think I don't see you. I see you. He said, Lord Toranaga requested that I accompany you to Osaka. And I said, oh, the jig is up, Yabashige.
Right, like, dude.
It was good. It was good.
It's always his facial expression every time he reads. Like, ooh, I'm busted. Face. But
Right.
Yabu, he a hoop.
And that's another reason, like when he outmaneuvered that ship, when John did that,
Yeah.
he was like this. He was like, he can make some moves. He can do what he needs to do.
Oh yeah, he good with that.
He's been playing both sides, and he's been,
Toranaga know he been playing both sides still all the way through.
Right. He been making it by the skin of his teeth, but he's still alive. Okay. So he was like, this will be the good team up. We're gonna get them together, and we're gonna do this thing. So
right.
Hey Moochie, you need to watch this show.
It's so good, Moochie.
It's so good, but it's getting ready to go off. It's only one season, and after this goes off, I'm going immediately back to the 1980 series and watch the mini series and watch that. So yeah, thank you for supporting. I appreciate y'all. I don't know. It says it's 33 people in here. I don't know if that's from Twitter, Facebook, and everybody, but I only see 7 people. So make sure y'all hit that like button.
Well, that's probably only 7 people just having conversation.
Oh, okay.
Some people probably just watching. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, they break it down. It's like a couple people. Okay. Oh, it's more people watching on Twitter. Okay. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Twitter, if y'all want to come over here and join the conversation in YouTube, on YouTube. The link is in my bio. So yes, definitely check it out. Let's I think that was it. Oh no, this
no, that's not it.
Okay. This was a really good episode. She said she wanted to rate it a 10 because of his trickery, but 2 more episodes, give it a 9.4. Okay. If y'all want to start queuing up and putting the ratings in the comments, go ahead on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely still give it a 9 for sure.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Yeah. So the last scene ends up with Toranaga in deep meditation. He gets up. He's like, "This is it. We about to go ahead. We about to get our asses up and get moving." Okay. So he gets up. He gets dressed. He goes to see his son's ashes, and he says, "Thank you, my son, for giving me more time. I will not waste it." He said, "Your sacrifice and Hiramatsu's sacrifice will not be in vain." And I was just like this.
I'm like, I'm glad, because you was getting on my nerves like a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you. He was getting on my nerves a little bit.
I know. I told you we were so frustrated. Like,
I wanted to just shake him, Just shake him.
Right. You gonna stop playing in our face, okay? So yeah, y'all go ahead and drop y'all ratings. We know that Kendall said 9.4. All right, y'all. I'm telling you, if you in a show and every episode is hitting 8s, 9s, and 10s, baby, you know it's a good show.
It's a good show.
It's a good show.
It's a good even though it's a time period piece.
Fantastic. This show is gonna be winning Emmys.
I hope so.
I hope for production design. I hope for costume. Oh my God.
Cinematography,
drama, baby. Yes. 9 for you, Queen. All right. 49. Right. Gave him 49 days to mourn. Plus, yes, get that plan in action. So we got the time. We got John and Yabashige going to Osaka with the military stuff.
With Omi and medical.
Yes. I don't think Omi's on.
Oh, he was just helping, huh?
Right, because he disapproved. He like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So he probably staying back.
Like, I tap out.
Oh no, Yabashige wrote his name on that. Okay, so I don't know what he's gonna do, but he wasn't with it, so I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think he was just like,
My thing, if his son mishap didn't happen, what was the other plan? You see what I'm saying? If this didn't happen, what was the original plan? You know what I'm saying? I want to know that. It just be like, got me thinking, like, if your son didn't have this mishap or unalive himself with the slip and a fall, what was your plan before this 49 days extension?
He would have thought of something. He would have thought of something.
He got me wondering. I be wondering, like, damn, so what would you have done if this didn't happen? Like, they'll surrender?
Omi going wherever Kiku is.
I don't think Kiku going.
All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and share this Twitter feed so y'all can see this foolery.
Oh my goodness.
This is a mess, y'all.
I didn't know if people was watching because it's like
I know it don't be trending. It doesn't trend.
Yeah, I know. That's something like honestly a trend.
Yeah, if you go through the hashtag, there's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. Let's see what's going on here. What Mariko should have done with that Buntaro's teacup. Pop. This is peak art right here. I told you that face, that's gonna be the new Michael Jordan face, y'all. Boom. Me, when Mariko said she'd rather live 1,000 years than die with Buntaro.
Right, I'm saying why you think that she want to follow him in death? That's like she can't stand you.
Buntaro, let's die together. I love you.
Sorry for the laugh.
She said
sorry for the laugh.
Oh my God. Yabashige and the Anjin fools. Oh my goodness.
That is on Buntaro's head.
This is the internationally recognized meme for rejection. This prostitute on Japanese period drama just preached an entire sermon in one sentence. You hear me? But my hardships taught me ambition and guile. It did. I'm telling you. Toranaga granting whores a plot of land, granting the Catholic Church a plot of land right next to him is the type of highbrow petty shit I'm into.
It is.
That was hilarious. It was
hilarious. You're like, oh.
Damn. I love it. I love it.
Got what you wanted and still another obstacle.
These two better sweet when award season come around. Yes. Hello. Once loyalty begins, it doesn't have an end. Otherwise, it wouldn't be loyalty. Right.
Yeah.
Mariko said, never, never again. Damn.
Rejection.
The way the writers of Shogun draft the most eloquent monologues for Mariko to say how much she hates her husband with her
Hello.
entire chest.
I said the same thing. I'm like, she said it so eloquently and then not change her voice. It was good.
Yep, you said the exact same thing. That was the best episode yet. Kendall, that's what you rated it. These people keep begging for constantly, but when it comes to somebody going through with it, they all shocked. Oh my god. She has the best lines of the show.
Yeah, she do.
She is she's gagged about how eloquently and delicately she pulls it off. Who's watching Shogun? This is the man. Here he is.
Okay.
He's Guyana.
Okay.
Guyana. Emmanuel.
Oh, that's his name.
Yes. Shout out to you, young man.
You did a good job. Great job.
Yes. Tornaga the whole episode.
Who was smoking a J? I mean,
Tornaga when he made the church and the courtesan's neighbors.
petty.
Right.
Petty.
Right. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna
Enough.
enough of that.
That's enough of that.
We had a good time. We had a good time. I hope y'all had a good time. Yes, love the show. One of the best. Yes. In your opinion is correct, baby.
Yes, Kendall. I'm there with you.
Yes, we're gonna use that line. We're gonna have to store that one up in the Rolodex, okay? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you come back and meet us here. Y'all, if y'all like Shogun, we did recap the entire season from episode 1 to episode 8. And we might come back because if I get a moment of Monique's time, might come back to look at the trailer for episode 9, Crimson Sky, because it was good.
I didn't see the trailer.
Oh my God, girl. Maybe do I want to wait? Do I want to wait and have a first reaction? Because I've already seen it. You want to do a first reaction?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that. And we'll try to catch up Friday. So
yeah.
Hopefully you can not watch it for that long.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Make sure you check out the playlist. It's going to be linked up in the cards. It's going to be in the comments as well. We've done 1 through 8 now. Catch us back here to Wednesday, 7:35 Eastern Central Time for the recap of Crimson Sky, y'all.
Yeah.
So yes, we're gonna try to get back and see it. They just dropped it, and we see Mariko in action, baby. It's gonna be lovely.
Can't wait to see it.
So y'all make sure y'all check us back out, and we will talk to you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.